Hi, I'm Henry, also known as Henners. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, classical musician, and massive Eurovision fan. And I'm taking a look at most of the Eurovision 2026 entries and reacting and analysing to them from a Eurovision fan and musician's perspective. Today I'm having a look at Moldova's Eurovision 2026 entry, and I have to say I am extremely excited for this. I think Moldova did a very mature and smart thing last year with withdrawing based on the weaker quality of act, shall we say, that they had on offer. And I have to say I feel bad for those artists, but I guess there's no point blowing a load of budget on an act that you know isn't really going to show off your country and culture the way it should do. So they revamped their national final. It was held in the Chisinau Arena, which is exciting, and I believe it was a sellout show. So I love that for them. The winning song is Viva Moldova by someone whose name I will have to find again in a bit. I had heard snippets of all the songs, but this song I could not avoid. I've really been trying to avoid it on TikTok and stuff, but it's literally viral. It is absolutely everywhere. There's like a dance people are doing to it. Maybe I need to learn that and I'll post the dance on my TikTok, which you can follow if you like. So I'm really glad that Moldova are back in Eurovision this year. Shame they've not got any neighbours necessarily voting in their semi-final. I guess they've got Poland. I don't know if Poland tends to vote for Moldova, not too sure, but what Moldova are great at usually is kind of televote friendly entries, so let's see if this lives up to their previous great track record of high televote results. Viva Moldova. That's all I know. I'm excited to hear the rest of the song. Let's go. The like pan kind of flute thing feels very ethnic. I don't know if that's a traditional Moldovan instrument or not, but their 2023 act used a lot of instruments like that, so it reminds me of that. I love these colours. I saw that they had already gone into some movement. I'm very excited. Sorry, I'm way too overexcited and I'm rambling. I'm gonna just listen. Got kind of Moldovan flag colours. Dancers, oh. Let's go. I don't know what to say.
What do I do? I what?
Wait, I love it. Okay, we've got this kind of drum and bass groove, almost like that kind of syncopated drum and bass. I love these high energy dancers. He comes running out from the back, hyping up the crowd. Got some of the lyrics on the back. I've seen Mallorca is being named. Not too sure what these lyrics are. I assume it is in Moldovan. But I will look at them. Oh my gosh, I love it. So vivid and colourful. Very kind of like pop art. Moldova is a beauty. Oh, okay, so these dancers that I said are the band. Oh, Moldova is on duty. I thought you said it's a beauty. I love that instrument. We kind of gone into a halftime thing, so we had that drum and bass. It was like, and now it's more. No, it's like more. Kind of almost tricks you into thinking it's slowed down. It's still the same tempo, but it is interesting because obviously that's such a high energy beginning that you need to kind of come up with ways to maintain that energy. And I think by half timing that drum groove, that's a successful way of doing that. He's so happy. I love his hair. Who's this? Wait, so is this like a whole band that are representing them? I assumed it was just this man. Maybe it's all of them. Which would make sense because it is very much a band setup. Oh, so she's like... That might just not be what she sang, I can't remember. Here we go up into onto that E, up into the head voice. Not too sure who this woman is, but these graphics on the LEDs are intense, and I love it. But you know what? You know what it is reminding me of, and this may be a good or bad thing. Kind of reminded me of May Muller 2023 for the UK, which we know how that went. And the breakdown after. Hey. Okay, if there is no crowd muting, this is going to go absolutely insane. This must feel so good as a Moldovan to hear this high energy song about your country. So we've done it again, we've switched up the groove. This is more of a kind of trap breakdown. I'd love to know what he's saying, I will though. And she's coming in with a different melody now. There are different sections, it's very high energy throughout, but there's a lot of dynamic variation. Up to that E, but she does it very effortlessly. I keep saying up to that E, that is quite a high note to be soaring up to that cleanly. Love the smoke jets. This is just incredible, I'm obsessed. Very high energy, and they are in the first half of the first semi-final, so I don't know if they would select this to open, because obviously they tend to go for English language songs, so I don't know, but could be a contender for the opener of the whole contest. I love the stage setup, by the way. Broadcaster did such a good job this year of kind of rectifying their reputation. I'm sorry, I love that so much. Is that my favourite one so far? I can't hold off anymore. I'm looking at these lyrics. Long live Moldova, hello, goodbye, crazy life. What are they on about? I love it. Soroka, Europe, Palma de Mallorca, greetings to everybody. Moldova is on duty. I don't know why I'm nodding, it literally said it on the LEDs. It is one and it is new, the Republic of Moldova. And then we repeat that. Mother homeland, I love you, forever it calls us. To work, to the soup, to the soup. Is that a Moldovan saying? Please let me know if you know. The Romanian language, truly Moldovan. Oh, that's sweet. Shame that Romania aren't in their semi-final to hear that. I love it. Kind of patriotic song, but in a really fun, upbeat way, and I think in a way that's just very celebratory of their country. Okay, so from their semi-final record, from those first 3 years of this decade, they've obviously been very televote friendly songs, which I think is kind of Moldova's identity in the contest now, and I don't think this is any change from that. It's the sort of perfect high energy song that casual viewers love, so to be honest, I don't think this is really in danger of not qualifying. I think it will, with juries and semi-finals, probably not come in the top half. I mean, I'm saying this, it could end up not qualifying because of juries, but if they really target that televote audience and just aim to get the highest televote score they can, that will outweigh any jury robberies, I'm sure. And then same case with the final. If you look at these jury scores in comparison to the televote score, there's quite an immense difference, especially in 2022. That was the funniest moment ever when they were right down at the bottom of that leaderboard and then got those like 200 or whatever points. So praying for another moment like that for them. Obviously 2024 was an anomaly for them, sending a completely different entry that wasn't overly successful and wasn't received very gracefully by the artist either. Okay, looking at the jury criteria, composition and originality, I've given it a 7 out of 10, which I don't know if you might think is surprisingly high, but I think the inclusion of the ethnic instruments is a really interesting choice that I hope the juries will pick up on. And those switch-ups in rhythmic grooves, I think, was not just done to switch things up a bit. It feels cohesive and it feels clean, but is quite a unique, different way of developing a song, I think. Vocal capacity of artists up at 8, which again might be surprising, but that woman was serving vocals going up quite high, but I don't think you would know it was that high because she was doing it effortlessly. I'm still not sure if they're being represented by a band, because that lead rapper vocalist is the one who's represented everywhere, so that might just be his backup team, but he also contributes to this quite high vocal score because although he wasn't singing as such, he was very rhythmic. His enunciation sounded good. Obviously I don't speak Romanian, so I wouldn't know, and his breath control was on point. There were no points where I thought, oh no, he's struggling for breath here despite all of this high energy movement. Performance I've said a 7. I think the LEDs and general movements and kind of choreography and storytelling and expression of the country could be tightened up and made a bit cleaner, but I mean that got me going, so they were obviously doing something right. An overall impression I've said a 9 because I'm obsessed with it. I genuinely think this is my favourite song I've heard from the contest this year so far. I don't know if that's just there's a slight bias because I've heard that hook so many times all over social media, I don't know, but that brings it to a total of 31 out of 40, which I think is pretty good. I'm praying that Moldova do well this year. I love it. So that was Moldova's Eurovision 2026 entry, Viva Moldova. What did you think? Please let me know what you thought of my analysis and reactions. Were you surprised at how high quality I thought it was musically? I don't know. Let me know. We're about to get very busy with national finals, so I will be here for the long run. We can be in it together. And you can follow me on my socials, Henry Laux Music, and you can stream my music too. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon for my Luxembourg reaction. Goodbye.